Hello, besties! Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Lovely, and this is the art of learning and unlearning. On today's episode, we're going to have a different type of conversation today. We're going to be talking about mentorship and the purpose and the reason why we need a mentorship and how to pick a mentor. First thing I wanted to address is the purpose of a mentor. Now, the whole point of having a mentor is really I always look at mentorship as a cheat code, is what I like to call it. A little cheat code in life, because you are finding someone who's already in the department that you want to be at, or in the season of life where you're trying to get to, but they're already there. They've already have the experience, they've already done it. So now you get to ask them for all the information that they're willing to share with you. The best part is it's free. You don't have to pay for it. So the purpose of it is to pretty much, they're supposed to help you grow, help you navigate life, and help you minimize making mistakes as much as possible. Which, let me tell you, when I was a kid, when I was younger, that was the thing that I feared the most, was making mistakes. Because in our culture, you did not have that much room to make mistakes. So growing up, I would always look around my surroundings. So for me, mentorship started early on, but with my family. I would pay attention to my mother, how she would navigate her day-to-day activities. Then I would pay attention to her siblings, how they would navigate their day-to-day activities. Now I had a favorite uncle when I was younger. He was the youngest sibling out of 7, and he was the more delinquent child, if you could say that. He was the last one and the baby of the family, and everybody babied him. And I adored him because he let us do everything we were not supposed to do. And my mother never found out about it because he always stood up for us. One day, he ended up getting sick, and I was around maybe 6 or 7. I didn't really understand what was going on at the time. And I remember asking my mother, why is he always in the patio in front of the house? And hated it. Their house is, the patio is in the front and it's open to the public and they just have a gate. So I would always ask her, why is he always sleeping there? Why do we not allow him in the house? And then she would say, well, he's sick, so he can't come in because, it's contagious and you guys might get it. So periodically I would keep asking. As I got older, I kept asking. And finally she told me the truth. She would say, well, he has some sort of disease. I don't remember the name of the disease, but now that I'm an adult, I'm like, oh, he had HIV at the time. And then so that was the reason why he wasn't allowed around us, because we were kids and all of those things. And my father did not want him near his children, which makes sense now. So then when I found out, as a kid, I would like to ask questions. I said, well, how did you get it? What happened? Then she told me, she said, well, this is what happens when you get into other people's relationships, when you sleep with other people's partners, and those are things that you're not supposed to do, because then you catch diseases and you're not. And I was like, oh my gosh. So as a kid, that was traumatic for me. So I took that as part of my little mentoring guide, and I make a note of it. Check. Don't be like uncle. Got it. So I carried that with me. So then as I got older, I noticed that I did that with every single members of my family. And that to me was my first exposure of how I was handling mentorship throughout my life. Now, part 2 I wanted to talk about is how to pick a mentor. When I got in high school, I realized that, wow, I don't know as much as I would like to know, and I don't know how to go about learning all those things. Because I grew up mostly with my father once I came here. So my mother stayed back home. And I didn't have a lot of female presence around. So then I started looking for elder women who I can ask questions to and guide structures, those type of things that my father wasn't able to provide for me. So then as I got older, I did that. I would find one that I admired, that I looked up to, and that was easy and friendly to talk with. And then I would ask them and be like, hey, do you want to be like a mother figure to me? And of course they'll look at me and be like, okay. And then they would do it. So then they would take me under their wings and call me their goddaughter. They would take me places and show me all different type of things, how to dress, how to shop, how to match colors, and all of those things. And all those girly things my father was not able to do. So then that transitioned me into my adult life. So then once I became older, I was like, okay, now I'm in a new phase of life, and now I need a new, different type of mentor. So then I went to my church. I remember I prayed about it first, and I went to one of the ladies at church, and I asked her, I said, I had a dream. As weird as this is going to sound, but I had a dream that somehow in the future that you were going to be my mentor. I said, would you mind being my mentor now? And she was like, okay, yeah, no problem. So for the next 10 years of my life, she ended up becoming my mentor when I was a young adult in college and all of those things. So, and the way that helped me and helped me to excel and avoid certain mistakes, it was something that I wish a lot of younger people knew and a lot of younger people did. Because another thing I also did while looking for mentors too, I didn't just hand select my mentors, I also paid attention to the elderlies. I spoke to them, I asked them questions, I spent a lot of time with them. To my benefit, I worked at the hospital, so I saw a lot of them. Majority of them were my patient, and you would be surprised how much they are willing to share information with you. No matter what you ask them, they are willing to share because no one ever takes time to speak to the elderly. So they're craving that connection, conversations, interactions. So when young people want to talk to them, they're willing to give you all the secrets of life. So that is how I managed my whole 20s and was able to get all the jewels, and all my friends thinking I'm wise. I'm like, yeah. Because I spent a lot of time talking to the elders. I spent a lot of time talking to my older patients that no one made time for. And that to me was my biggest blessing on how I was able to select my mentors, pay attention to the things that regular people don't do. Regular kids your age are not doing, and do those things because that's what is going to lead you into a path that you didn't even plan for. And then the last thing I want to close out with is the impact having a mentor can have on your life. It literally exhales you into the next chapter of your life. If you're in your 20s, it's going to help you tremendously in your 30s. If you're in your 30s, it's going to help you in your 40s. I've always looked at mentors as a way of preparing for the future. I never need them for the current moment because I've already had mentors to get me here. Now I need new mentors to get me to the next 10 years, the next 15 years of my life. So what I would recommend is that when you're looking for a mentor, pray on it, think about it, and select someone you respect, admire, and that you inspire to be like when you get into your next 10 or 15 years. Okay, besties, that's all I have for you today. Thank you for coming in, and I'll be waiting in the next video to welcome you. See you in the next video.